Since the introduction of its renovation policy in 1986, Vietnam has seen an increasing industrialization and development in the tourist sector. In this process, numerous industrial zones have been established, craft villages transformed into small industrial centers, and remote areas developed into tourist centers. Measures for wastewater treatment and systematic garbage disposal, however, have only been implemented insufficiently. This resulted in pollution and over-fertilization of surface waters and uncontrolled waste deposits. Let's take a look at the craft village of Dai Lam as an example. Dai Lam is a craft village of the food industry with approximately 1,000 households and 5,000 inhabitants. About 200 households produce liquor by fermenting rice and cassava, while others produce tofu or rice noodles. 90% of all households keep pigs, mostly on a small scale comprising 5 to 7 animals. Regulated garbage disposal in Dai Lam is as lacking as wastewater treatment. A system of canals was constructed in Dai Lam for the purpose of collecting and draining all wastewater. However, the wastewater mixture reaches the receiving water without any treatment whatsoever. To prevent harmful environmental impacts of untreated wastewater, VIS and its technological partner biogenic have developed a plant technology which treats wastewater containing heavy organic contamination together with biogenic waste. This innovative plant concept was implemented in the form of containers and consists of 2 treatment stages. In the first stage, the wastewater undergoes aerobic microbiological cleaning in accordance with the SBR process. The second stage involves co-fermentation of the surplus sludge from water purification with biogenic waste in a fermenter. The SBR process is a variant of the activated sludge process. The difference to conventional continuous flow processes is that biological wastewater is treated not in various reaction vessels, but in a single space-saving vessel in successive chronological phases. Each treatment cycle begins with an acceptance phase in which wastewater is first fed to the SBR reactor. During this entire acceptance phase, the wastewater is aerated continuously or discontinuously. Referred to as activated sludge, the bacterial mass suspended in the wastewater is mixed with atmospheric oxygen in this process. Aerobic microorganisms metabolize the wastewater's organic constituents. The acceptance phase is followed by a sedimentation phase. When the aerator is switched off, the activated sludge settles. A layer of clear water and a layer of activated sludge form in this process. At the end of the sedimentation phase, the clear water, now almost entirely free of suspended particles, is first withdrawn from the SBR reactor. After that, a part of the activated sludge, known as surplus sludge, is pumped out. After a brief timeout, the next treatment cycle begins with refilling. Depending on its condition, a batch of wastewater takes between 8 and 12 hours to treat. A partial flow of the mixture comprising untreated domestic wastewater and highly organically polluted wastewater from the craft facilities is pumped out of the open canal by means of a submersible pump. The submersible pump is installed using a special bracket to prevent operational disruptions by inorganic sludge from the bottom of the canal. The wastewater next enters the SBR buffer via a UV-resistant pipeline. The buffer is equipped with a circulation pump and a feed pump. On commencement of wastewater supply to the SBR buffer, the circulation pump is switched on. As a result, coarse material is crushed and the wastewater is continuously mixed. This ensures that no solids settle and potentially lead to blockage of the feed pump. On attainment of the maximum filling level in the SBR buffer, the feed pump starts up and conveys the homogenized wastewater from the buffer to the SBR reactor for aerobic treatment. The SBR reactor is equipped with 2 aerators, a clear water pump and a surplus sludge pump. Once wastewater begins to be supplied as part of a new treatment cycle, the two aerators are switched on to aerate the entire body of water. Filling ends when the maximum level in the SBR reactor is reached. Discontinuous aeration over a period of 8 hours is required for treating wastewater in Dailam. The end of the acceptance phase is followed by a sedimentation phase. Over a period of 3 hours, the activated sludge settles at the bottom of the SBR reactor and a zone of clear water is formed. At the end of the sedimentation phase, the clear water is conveyed by means of a dedicated pump from the SBR reactor to the receiving water. After withdrawal of the clear water, a part of the surplus sludge is conveyed by the sludge pump to the fermenter's buffer. Once the sludge has been withdrawn, the plant assumes an idle state briefly before the next cleaning cycle starts. In the treatment plant's second stage, surplus sludge from wastewater cleaning is fermented together with biogenic waste in a single-stage mesophilic process. Each batch of surplus sludge from wastewater treatment is collected before further processing in the fermenter's buffer tank. Biogenic waste for co-fermentation is added to the surplus sludge there. Immediately after the buffer tank has been filled, the mixture of surplus sludge and biogenic waste is conveyed via a pump into the fermenter. In this process, the biogenic waste is crushed by a cutting unit. With every filling, fermentation residue is discharged from the fermenter via the overflow mechanism. The residue can be used either as liquid fertilizer or as high-quality dry fertilizer. The anaerobic co-fermentation process involves microbiological degradation of the surplus sludge's organic constituents and biogenic wastes in 4 phases. During this time, a circulation system ensures constant mixing of the sludge body and consequential anaerobic degradation throughout the body. First phase, hydrolysis. Long-chain organic compounds such as fats and proteins are converted into sugars and amino acids. Second phase, acidogenesis. The products of the first phase are transformed by acid-forming bacteria into organic acids. Third phase, acetogenesis. Now the organic acids and alcohols are broken down by acetogenic bacteria into acetic acid, hydrogen and carbon dioxide. Fourth phase, methanogenesis. Here the products of the previous phases are converted into methane, carbon dioxide and water. Methane, CO2 and other trace gases escape from the fermentation sludge and concentrate as biogas in the collecting chamber. On attainment of a certain gas pressure, the biogas escapes from the fermenter and can be supplied as the intended energy medium. Each batch of surplus sludge from wastewater treatment is first conveyed to the fermenter's buffer tank. Here the biogenic waste collected on the street market and in households is mixed with the surplus sludge for co-fermentation. Before the biowaste is supplied to the buffer, it is pre-crushed with a shredder. During conveyance into the fermenter, the coarse contents of the sludge waste mixture are crushed and mixed once again. This ensures that a homogeneous suspension reaches the fermenter. The fermenter is equipped with a circulation device. It consists of a pump and a tube. The sludge suspension is drawn in on the fermenter's inlet side and pumped out to the fermenter's outlet side. The circulation device ensures continuous homogenization of the sludge suspension as well as anaerobic microbiological degradation throughout the sludge body. A pipeline running along the fermenter's floor can conduct a stream of hot water to maintain the mesophilic processes in the fermenter at low ambient temperatures. Hot water can be generated by a solar facility. During supply of every new batch of sludge, the residue produced by co-fermentation is transported via an overflow mechanism from the fermenter into a reservoir, from where the fermentation residue can be removed for further use as fertilizer. The treatment plant is designed to handle 30 to 60 cubic meters of wastewater daily. It is furnished with central process control. Process management can be adapted at all times individually to wastewater composition as well as the quantity and constituents of the biogenic waste. The entire treatment plant is controlled via a central control unit. To monitor the SBR and co-fermentation processes, the treatment facilities are equipped with probes. Also included is a gas measuring system. Furthermore, all operational data from all units are recorded. Process-relevant readings can be retrieved either continuously on location or online via the internet. VIS International GmbH has adapted the modular two-stage treatment plant to local conditions in Dailam. In addition to the centralized treatment of wastewater and garbage at craft villages, this plant concept is suitable for hotels, resorts and recreational facilities. It is also suitable for commercial and industrial zones established at sites lacking central wastewater disposal and producing large amounts of organic waste. Central process management and modular container design offer special flexibility. The system can be adapted quickly at any time to changes in quantities of wastewater and garbage through addition or disabling of individual modules. Operational management and plant configuration ensure effective and odorless treatment of wastewater and garbage. The cleaned wastewater, fermentation residue and biogas can be utilized for agriculture and energy generation. This innovative plant concept by VIS International GmbH meets the demands of modern recycling management and waste legislation.